the first act, a letter arrives for Grandpa.
The return name and address is Pete Waters, RFD number 1, Chesterton.
Pete Waters is an old friend of Grandpa's.
He was my roommate in college.
In the letter, Pete invites Grandpa to a reunion, a time to see their old friends again.
He's writing to invite me to spend a weekend with him at his farm. He's planning a get-together with 2 or 3 other college friends. A kind of 50-year anniversary reunion.
Will Grandpa go to the reunion?
The mailman just dropped some mail in our box, Grandpa.
Oh, probably a lot of advertising and bills. Why don't you write to me, Robbie, so I can get some interesting mail?
You were right, Grandpa. Advertising, bills, advertising.
It's just like I said, Robbie. Nothing interesting.
You won't believe it, Grandpa. But there's a letter here addressed to you. Mr. Malcolm Stewart, and it looks like a personal letter.
Oh, must be a bill.
I don't think so. The return name and address is Pete Waters, RFD number 1, Chesterton.
You're joking. Pete Waters?
Pete Waters, RFD number 1, Chesterton. You know him?
Do I know Pete Waters? You bet I do. He was my roommate in college. He visited with Grandma and me in Florida about 5 years ago.
What does he say? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine, just fine. He's writing to invite me to spend a weekend with him at his farm. He's planning a get-together with 2 or 3 other college friends. A kind of 50-year anniversary reunion.
Sounds like fun. 50 years? Wow.
That sounds like fun to me, too, Robbie.
What kind of farm does he have?
I've never been there, Robbie. But he has chickens and cows and all. That means fresh eggs and fresh milk.
Does he have a family?
No, he doesn't, Robbie. He never married. He's not as lucky as I am. I have a family and grandchildren. I'm a lucky man.
How come he never got married?
That's a good question, Robbie. A very good question. He never married because the girl he was in love with in college married someone else. As simple as that. He never got over it.
He must have loved her very much.
Yes, very much. Lillian Winters. She was in our class.
And what happened?
She was in love with Donald McGrath, the quarterback on our football team.
Football players are always popular with the ladies.
She liked Pete, and they went to dances together. But her heart was with Donald.
Did he ever get over it?
No, he never did.
Where is she today?
I don't know. Maybe Lillian will be at the reunion.
You think so?
Pete's full of surprises.
I wish I could go there with you, Grandpa. What do you think the surprise will be?
With Pete, you never know, Robbie.
Won't it be exciting to see all your college friends there again?
It is already. I'm kind of excited about going now. Next weekend. Sleep over Friday and Saturday night and come back Sunday. I can't wait.
Don't you think you ought to call Pete and tell him you're coming?
You're reading my mind, Robbie. He's planning a get-together with 2 or 3 other college friends. A kind of 50-year anniversary reunion.
I got a letter in the mail today. It said, how you doing, old friend? I've been thinking about you, so tell me what's new. We should get together again. I haven't seen you for a long time. I was thinking about you today. And if I could, I'd come right over, but you live too far away. The letter said, here's your invitation. It said, we're having a celebration. Let's get together, have a reunion. It's been a while, you gotta show me that smile, and I wanna see you again. Let's get together, have a reunion. Come on, you're invited, we'll be reunited, and we'll get to know each other again. I wanna hear those old stories, I wanna sing an old song. The letter said, bring your camera, take some pictures, hope you can come along. And if you can come, won't you let me know? You can write or give me a call. Before you know it, you're gonna feel like the years never passed at all. The letter said, here's your invitation. It said, we're having a celebration. Let's get together, have a reunion. Oh yeah, it's been a while, you gotta show me that smile, and I wanna see you again. Let's get together, have a reunion.
In the second act, Grandpa is traveling to Pete Waters' farm. When he stops for gasoline, the man at the gas station gives him directions for a shortcut, a shorter route to Pete's farm.
Take the next left turn. You'll see a stop sign. Make a right at the stop sign.
Later, a farm worker gives Grandpa more directions.
Keep along this road till you get to the end of the fence. You'll see the chicken house. His house is on the left.
Will Grandpa ever find the farm?
Hello, what can I do for you?
Hi. Fill her up. I need a full tank.
Check the hood?
No, thanks.
Whereabouts you headed?
The Pete Waters farm,
Ah,
near Chesterton.
I know it well.
Huh?
Well, Pete Waters lived around here almost as long as I have.
How long is it going to take for me to get there?
About 15 minutes. There's a shortcut if you know it.
I don't. Could you tell me how to use the shortcut?
Sure. You take the next left turn. You'll see a stop sign. Make a right at the stop sign. Stay on that road and you'll cross a blue bridge. Then you'll see a big old red barn. That's back to Pete Waters' place.
That's quite a difference from the directions that Pete sent me.
Now, if you take that route, it's probably a lot simpler, but it'll take you 10 minutes longer.
Okay. Let me repeat it.
Huh?
Take the next left turn to the stop sign. Then a right, across a blue bridge.
Huh?
And then a big red barn.
Can't miss.
How much do I owe you?
Well, that'll be $18.70. No charge for the cleanup. It's on the house.
Here's a 20.
Ah, okay. That's $1.30 change There we go. We'll make 20. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for the directions. This must be Pete's barn. Turn right to the house. Hi.
Hi, what can I do for you?
Is this the Pete Waters farm?
It is?
I'm a friend of Pete's. I'm looking for the house.
It's just over yonder. Keep along this road till you get to the end of the fence. You'll see the chicken house. His house is on the left.
Oh, thanks. Have gone to the railroad station. Back soon with a surprise. Make yourself at home. Have a look around. Pete. Same old Pete Waters. Always full of surprises. Could you tell me how to use the shortcut?
Sure. You take the next left turn. You'll see a stop sign. Make a right at the stop sign. Stay on that road and you'll cross a blue bridge. Then you'll see a big old red barn. Take the next left turn. You'll see a stop sign. Make a right at the stop sign. Stay on that road and you'll cross a blue bridge. Then you'll see a big old red barn.
Here goes. Oh, here. Yes, okay. Well, sir.
Keep along this road till you get to the end of the fence. You'll see the chicken house. His house is on the left.
All right. Well, I made it to Pete's house, but he's not here. I think I'd like to see some more of the countryside while I wait for him to get back. I'll back out of the driveway and be on my way. Dead end. Let me back up again and go in the opposite direction and see what I find. Pretty nice horse farm. Well, I'd better get back to Pete's. Let's see. All I have to do is back out of the driveway, make a right, pass the lake, go to the fork in the road, cross the railroad tracks, and make a right at the first intersection. Each driveway should be the first right turn. I made it.
In the third act, Grandpa sees two of his old friends, Peggy Pendleton and Arnold Franklin.
The two of you look unbelievable.
A little later, Pete arrives,
Hey, that must be Pete.
and it's time for the surprise.
Come on! We'll tell you the big surprise.
What's the surprise?
don't tell me. Please don't tell me. I recognize you.
Oh, don't be silly, Arnie. Of course you recognize him. Except for the beard, he hasn't changed in 50 years. It's Malcolm Stewart.
I know it's Malcolm Stewart. You haven't changed much in 50 years.
Peggy. Peggy Pendleton. You're Peggy Pendleton.
Who am I, you old rascal? You don't recognize me, do you?
I know who you are. You're Arnold Franklin. Oh, I know who you are.
You look wonderful, Malcolm.
Sit down, sit down. Pete isn't home.
Really?
Oh, he left a note on the door saying he was going to the railroad station to pick up a surprise.
He's so funny. Always full of surprises, even 50 years later.
The two of you look unbelievable.
How's your family? Oh, I was sorry to hear about your wife having passed away.
Yes, about 4 years ago.
And you're living with your children now in New York? Pete wrote us and told us.
Yep. Retired and moved to New York to live with my son and his family.
By the way, what do you think this big surprise is?
Could be most anything, knowing Pete.
Hey, that must be Pete. Now we'll find out about the surprise.
So good to see you.
Hi, Pete.
Pete, oh, it's so good to see you.
Remember Lillian?
I remember all of you. You haven't changed the bed.
Really? Oh, my gosh.
We were together in the Thursday Night Drama Society.
Remember me, Malcolm?
Oh, beautiful as ever, Lillian. How's Donald?
That's okay, Malcolm. Donald passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I would not have missed this get-together for the world.
And you're a little surprised, Pete. You really surprised me by having us all come together.
You don't know what the surprise is yet. Come on. We'll tell you the big surprise. I've invited you here for the weekend to help celebrate.
Celebrate?
Our 50th reunion.
No.
No, Pete wants to
Now
tell you.
let me have the honor, Lillian.
For goodness sake, Pete, tell us. I can't wait much longer.
Well, I am pouring this iced tea so that we can toast Lillian and me.
You don't mean to tell me that you...
Yes, I do. I have loved Lillian all these years, so I asked her to be Mrs. Pete Waters.
And I said yes.
Oh,
I knew it. Congratulations.
oh, Lillian, I am so happy for you both.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful for me. Lillian will make me a happy man, finally.
You are full of surprises, Pete.
We are going to spend the entire weekend having a good time together here on the farm. We are going to celebrate all weekend.
When is the wedding?
That's another surprise. Lily and I were married 2 weeks ago in Detroit. She's come here to stay.
Wait till I tell my family about this.
Why, that's wonderful.
What a weekend. Pete and Lillian seem so happy. After all these years, 50 years to be exact. 50 years ago, I was a young man. Not bad looking either. And Pete was my college roommate, a real pal. He conducted the orchestra. He really loved music. Pete loved Lillian from the moment they met. Sometimes he'd call the radio station where I was an announcer and ask me to play certain love songs for Lillian. She's always been lovely. And he wanted to spend his life with her. Lil liked Pete, but she fell in love with Donald. Donald and I were on the Michigan football team. He was the quarterback and captain. I was the smallest one on the team. I finally got to play my senior year. Lil and Donald got married right after college and bought a house in Detroit, Michigan. Oh, look at this. Here's a picture of Lil and their son, Donald Jr. Later, the family grew to include Robert and Barbara. Meanwhile, Pete stayed single, working hard, conducting orchestras, playing in bands, and teaching music, until he retired and bought the farm in Chesterton 4 years ago. Donald passed away. And now Pete and Lil are married and living on his farm. You never know what's going to happen. Life is full of surprises.